This is the amazing transformation from the horse stables that used to be here and the derelict house they put in the 60s that we had torn down. This family wanted to have a park for the kids and their entertaining, and we've called it Blum Park.
You wouldn't want to send a child into this area before I moved in. There was no fencing around it. It was a house that was so worn out that there were literal holes in the ceiling, like you could see sky. One of my reasons for buying the property was because it looked like a place I could develop. It was just an overgrown piece of dirt with an old house on it, nothing else. I gave Greg Davis a call. It needed updating, it needed fixing up. Greg was pretty much the only guy I thought of.
This is a classic pool remodel. They had added on to the house so that the doors here were literally 36 inches away from the edge of the pool. So in doing a pool within a pool, which is we reconstructed the bond beam in the existing hole, we're able to create a nice, beautiful, sinuous shape, give us much more patio room here so that you didn't feel like you're walking into the pool. And we could add features like the reef bench here so the little kids can paddle around in 6 inches of water and the adults can be face to face with them. But we got rid of almost all of the rock that was around here, and we saved the big pieces though. We tucked them in behind the spa, we arranged them on the edge of the patio here, and we created the upper lawn and a lookout. There's a nice patio up there that looks back down on Blum Park. In this beautiful Brentwood neighborhood, full of trees, full of plants, separate from the city, it's really nice to have this natural lagoon pool. It just fits right into the environment.
I had all the landscaping upstairs around the pool area, around the parking lot. We took a little break and I decided to come down here and sort of tackle this area. I hired an architect because I wanted to build this structure. And there was no doubt that when it came down to landscaping, who was going to have that job, and he helped the architect actually develop a vision of the entire piece. But when it finally got done, that's when it was time for Greg to step in. We didn't have any real way to get from down here up to the house. So one of my very early ideas, and something I love, is the stairs that we built going from this area up to the top.
This is our shortcut from the house, coming down this landscape timber staircase, which takes us right down the beautiful view of the pavilion. It's easier than taking the long driveway.
The job he does is immaculate, and I need help with the planning area also. I don't really see it probably as good as it should be seen. And with Greg, you are never going to lack ideas and sort of a vision of the future. We wanted a little bit of privacy in the area behind me, which is where we sit even during evening time to have drinks, watch TV, have dinner. Greg came up with the idea of this bamboo, which has just gotten fuller and fuller and gives us a very, very strong feeling of being alone when we want it.
We wanted to provide privacy for the house that's next door here, so we put in this wall of bamboo right where 2 stories of house looms down on this park. But I love this fence that we designed that's open, slat, horizontal, goes along with what the architect did for the building here. What we have here is an entertaining paradise. The ability for a family to gather, picnic can be going on here, picnic table, barbecue. We had a fun time with this barbecue because it's not only a barbecue counter, but it's the retaining wall. And this is a long, narrow lot, so we had to push back the hillside as much as we could so the barbecue becomes retaining wall. But we got a full half court here with a big retaining wall to make all this flat area. From our original concept plans, the client hired an architect to create this pavilion, which we just absolutely love, in the beautiful warm woods. It's got a whole entertainment system here. It's open on both sides, actually 3 sides, so that the family can just flow right through this outdoor entertaining pavilion, right out into Jonathan's favorite thing, basketball.
You know, there's so many little details that I never would have thought of. We have a day bed on the other end, which has become one of the most popular spots for my kids to sit and watch the father and his friends play basketball. And I mean, from A to Z and from 1 to 10, we couldn't be more thrilled with the way it all developed.
It's all about the family having a good time, and as they like to say, kids of all ages. So the adults have a wonderful time here and the kids have a wonderful time here too. Kids play for it is really cool. It matches the contemporary architecture, but we've got a staircase down the kids can just scramble down the hillside to get to. But it has this wicked slide. And as Jonathan says, it's all about wearing out the kids. We need them to have a good time and wear them out. So go down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, run over the top, climb up and down the rock wall here, jump down the fire pole, run up the ladder, just jump on the trampoline. It's to keep them busy and wear them out. So this is a wonderful place for kids to hang out.
One of the things that I find that families value, that's really important, that I get to belong to this process, is creating a home environment where their kids can invite their friends over to the house. So parents get to have their kids grow up and play in the home environment, not out where they don't know what's going on. So providing a really good play environment through all stages of the kid's life allows that to go on in the home. And some parents really value that. And I help create that.
He may exhaust you a little bit because he has more ideas than you would think of, and you have to go through every one of them because you realize everyone's probably good. But when all is said and done, he cleans it up. It looks exactly like he promised it would look, with absolutely no hitches, and quite frankly has a connection to the work that he does that you realize you can rely on him and rely on him to come back and fix things up later. And he does it even on his own. I mean, I've come home months and months after a project's done and one of his guys is here making sure something's working right when I didn't even call him. The great thing about working with Greg is simply his vision and then the execution of that vision. For me, I need a landscaper for two reasons. I need ideas on how to make the property look good, and then I need it to actually look good when he's done. And he is an A+ in both areas.